am. So a lot of you all hit me up in the DMs or in my messages or emails asking me about consultation calls and what do they entail and what all goes into it. So today I made this video just for you. I had a consultation call with someone named Yasika. Hi Yasika. She's probably watching this because she has been in my group for a little while. And I actually recorded our call because I wanted to show you what goes into strategizing. It's not just a blanket thing, you know, because everyone's situation is different. And like I say, I don't know everything. So if I can't help you, I'm not going to take you on. And if I can't help you directly, I'm going to direct you to someone in my network that can, that does have the resources and the knowledge that, you know, goes into what you need. So I'm not for everybody and I don't look to work with everybody, but I made this for those who are interested in knowing what the consultation call entails, what goes into it, and how do we get down to solving your problems, okay? So make sure you check it out, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, be sure to drop them below in the comment section. Also, for any further questions or inquiries, feel free to email me at thenемtgirl@gmail.com or thatnemtgirl@gmail.com. Enjoy. But yeah, that was good. But I don't want to take up your time on your call talking about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what? I made a mistake. I meant to grab something to write with.
Go ahead.
The last time we spoke, I really haven't done much. I'm going to be very honest with you. And there's a reason why I wanted to recap with you, because I'm in the process of actually focusing on moving forward for my NEMT. And what I had in mind is like basically starting with the basic things that I need to do to start into that direction, right? So for instance, I know I discussed with you before that I had 2 transits. I bought a minivan. I know that some of the laws changed, and I don't know for the state of Florida what things have changed or have not when it comes to starting the NEMT process. So what I was thinking in mind is just kind of tackle like the main things that I need to start with, the basics. And so we kind of keep getting to where we need to be so that we can be 100% going. I do have my Medicaid ID number as a company, so we have that going. We did the background check through them. Because over here we have to do an application. So I have like the ID number, we have our EIN, we have all the great stuff. We have the basics. So my company is also through the county. I don't know if in your state they do it. You live in Jacksonville or do you?
I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay. So here in Florida, where I live, through the county, you gotta put your business and you gotta have to like put it in records. Like for instance, I have it for medical and for like picking up patients, and then from the student part, because you know I do transportation for kids. So I have a lot of things in order, but my biggest problem that I'm kind of seeing myself is like, where do I start?
Okay. Right now, I'm sorry, there's a lady, I don't know if you are familiar with Charnice. She's in a lot of the groups too. But she, from what I understand, she used to be a provider. She's actually in Georgia. We're going to link up as well. But she's on vacation right now. She wanted to meet last week, but I was at NEMT, and this week she was going out of town. But she does a lot of subcontracting for school transport. I know she has something available in Duval County, but I don't think that's close to you. But I reached out to see if she has something in Davenport or Central Florida or something closer. Because right now, my concern, let's go back to your notes from March. So I got these here. Where are you with their insurance? That's the biggest thing when it comes to the brokers. So where are you with the money for their insurance? Let's go back. Be realistic. How much money do you have in your budget right now to get this stuff going?
What is the amount of money that it would take for us to start? Roughly.
Well, Jessica, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to ask you a few questions because that's going to make a difference. So I know you have the one bus, but I think you had like some sedans, right?
No, I have 2 transits. I have an older transit, it's a 2015, and I have a 2017. No, they're not both 2015.
The Tonka 2015.
Right, I have a 2015 and a 2017.
When's the last time you all had a commercial insurance policy, or have you ever?
Yeah, we did.
Back in
2 years ago? 2024?
Okay.
I started on 2024, and that's when I first put everything together. But that's when I found out I wasn't in the right space for them requirements that I needed 3 buses at that time.
Okay, so that's not bad because from an insurance company standpoint, you're not like a fresh off the block company.
No.
They have higher insurance premiums. That's going to be the biggest thing is the insurance premium. Off break, I see anywhere between 12 to 1,500 per vehicle, but the more you put on, like you'll probably have to pay 1,200 for one and maybe between 9 to 1,000 for the second one per month. Now, that's for the commercial insurance policy for the vehicle. Then we have to think about the umbrella policy for the business. That's nowhere near as expensive as the commercial auto policy. The general liability policy is pretty good. Now, some brokers, I know in Georgia we have a loophole except for with Verizon. But some brokers want you to have workers' comp insurance too. I know ProCare isn't like that.
Renata didn't wanted that.
So you really gotta use your discernment to say, hey, are y'all giving me enough money or enough volume? What's your rates for me to go out and get another policy? Because if you can be contracted with 3 or 4 brokers with the policies that you have, commercial auto and general liability, but it's one broker that wants the workers' comp, what is their volume like? What's their rates like? Is it worth getting that extra policy? And then with the net 30, so once you get in, it's going to take you about 4 to 8 weeks to really get into their cycle. They'll start sending you a couple of trips here and there because they're testing you. Are you on time? Are you responsive? Do you have good rapport with the clients? So it's going to take about 4 to 8 weeks. So think about 3 months before you really start seeing an ROI. So you need 3 months cushion. You want to go for as many brokers as possible. So don't just go for 1 or 2. No, we're going for all of them because the more that you have, those vans are not sitting. If a van is sitting, it's not making money. But also too, don't neglect your private pay. Can y'all do stretcher?
There's money for me there. There's no reason for me to focus there, and in reality, the money's over here.
You are so smart. Because I'm going to make a video on this. Because from NEMT, one of the biggest things that they were heavy on were fraud, waste prevention. Oh my God, Yasika, these people out here are messing the game up for us. They're cracking down on private NEMT providers and going to, like, Uber Health was at NEMT. It was at NEMT. And I had a conversation with them. And
they was there too?
Oh yeah, because you know they have a third party company. They have a third party company that is handling their WAVE, wheelchair accessible vehicle program. And essentially, it's supposed to be where you can go in certain markets. They're testing it where you can go onto the app and order a Uber wheelchair van on Uber. The problem is they don't know how the industry works. So they have been getting a lot of like, I'm waiting 3 hours. I'm waiting 4 hours.
Right.
Well, they were at NEMT this year trying to figure it out. So when I'm talking to people, even coming in, I want people to think, don't even come in thinking about ambulatory. Unless you're in a very rural area, like I spoke to a lady that lives in North Carolina, and she has strictly ambulatory. She said she does very well because she's in a very rural area. That makes sense. There's still a lot of places in Georgia that are very rural that don't have Uber or Lyft. So, right. So if you can capitalize off of that, then great. But again, it's only going to be a matter of time before Uber does get set up in those rural areas, maybe 5, 10 years. So you still have to have in your mind, okay, eventually I'm going to do wheelchair, or eventually I'm going to do stretcher. But that's where the money is wheelchair and stretcher. Really stretcher, but you know, coming in the game, you want to come in doing at least wheelchair. You all are in a great space. First of all, partnering together because you all have different funds that can come together and make things work.
Right.
Also, too, you want, like, have you reached out? I know you said you hadn't done much, but has you started researching the brokers that I talked to you about to see what their insurance policy requirements are? Because you really want to start with a quote. That's going to let you know how much they're looking at, and you can start doing your numbers from there. That's a broker that you would go to for filler trips. When you already are good and consistent with the brokers and you have that flow and you need some filler trips, okay, we got a gap, let me go ahead and put this in there. Because I don't mind chasing you for some, like $200 in 45 days. Okay, because we didn't have anything else going on last time anyway. But I can't have you as being my main broker and trying to chase you. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm.
Right. Because some of them require for you to have certifications when you do the application. So.
But I'm saying, who do you take the classes through? Like which organization?
Where did I take them at?
And which classes
Oh,
were
it
they?
was actually an online that I found. I found one with AAA, which is like a 6-hour course. I took that one with them.
And they have a course, and you're gonna need this when you start hiring your team. They have a course where you are trained on Pass 8, and so that gives you passenger and safety securement, wheelchair securement, and stretcher securement. So if you become a member of the organization, it's $600 for the course. If you're not a member, it's $750 for the course. But the course allows you to be a trainer for anyone else. So you're trained to be a trainer. So that means you don't have to pay people to come into your company and train each driver every time. You are certified by this national organization. When you train your drivers, they get a login to go do the class online to pass the course, and they get certification right there. So everybody is certified, and the CTAA is recognized by all brokers. But I would say, like when I told you back in March, you got this. You like to plan out everything. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also have to move on that planning too. But you're doing that. And this, like I said, fourth quarter is lock-in game time. So
no, for sure.
Yeah.
I know this time we really locking in. So I really told myself, I said, man, this is the year. This is where I'm gonna finish the year. This is my goal. This is my strategy. This is what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm at where I need to be, so that I can open up those other doors that I want in my life.
Right now, you don't know your numbers, because right now you gotta get that quote from insurance. You gotta see how much money you, him, and him need for 3 months to live. Y'all gotta break that down. So you really don't know, and that's okay to not know, but you gonna figure it out.
Right. I sure will. All right. Well, I'm gonna start doing my homework on this.
Okay, and we'll talk soon.
All right, love. Take care.
You too. Bye. Okay, so I hope that helped answer some of your questions of what goes into a consultation call. It's a lot more detailed than what you may think. You're able to get more of your questions answered, and you're really able to pick my brain. It's not just a quick in and out type of thing. No, we sit down for 60 minutes. You have all of your questions listed, and we really get to the root of where you're feeling stuck. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you have any questions, or if you would like to book a consultation call yourself, please feel free to reach out. My website is www.thenmtgirl.com. Until next time, take care, NEMT fam. Bye.